I created a company called IMVU in 2004. We make a 3D avatar instant messaging technology. And at that time, we wanted to be the next AOL, back when that was still cool. And we wanted to kind of take over the hot new social technology of IM. We really thought that was the wave of the future. Whoops. And here was our plan. See, everybody knows that instant messaging is a network effects business, right? So therefore, if you want to get someone to switch from their IM network to yours, like, it's kind of a pain because they'd have to bring all their friends with them. So there's high switching costs. And therefore, IM is an industry characterized by high barriers to entry. Like, that's kind of the MBA analysis of the instant messaging market. And we spent a lot of time figuring that out at the whiteboard. And we said, we need a strategy for avoiding that problem. Here it is. We'll create an instant messaging add-on that interoperates with all of the existing networks and can bring 3D avatar technology to your IM client. So we take your boring 2D IM and make it 3D. Wow. This is before, Avatar and the current 3D craze. So we thought we're really onto a real trend. And so here's the reason we were so excited about that strategy. It would be inherently viral. Because when you would decide you want to go 3D, you'd have to be IMing with somebody, and they would automatically get a text link inserted into the chat stream that they could just one click, pick up, boom, IMVU installs. Now you're both in 3D. Doesn't that seem like a good idea? And the strategy actually is very good, except for the tiniest problem, which is that every single thing I just said is false. Customers actually don't have high switching costs for IM. Their network effects are way overblown. And our customers refused to invite their friends. It was a total deal breaker. We'd have customers come in for an in-person usability test. We're paying them to be there. And we'd be like, OK, download our instant messaging add-on. And the customer would be like, what is that? Like, instant messaging add-on. It interoperates with all your IM. And then you might get a picture of a 16-year-old being like, what? Is it an IM client? And we're like, no, you don't want to have to run a whole other IM client. They're like, why not? Like, oh, it'd be so complicated to download. They're like, dude, I have like 7 IM clients. What's the big deal? And we're like, there are 7 IM clients? So that was problem number 1. We're like, listen, we are paying you to be here, so how about you download this thing, OK? All right, fine. Download the thing. OK, customize your avatar. They love this part. Like, ooh, it's really cool, interactive like that. Great. OK, now you customize your avatar. Invite one of your friends. No way. Why not? I don't know if this thing is cool yet, and I'm not going to invite my friends to something that turns out to be lame. Total deal breaker. They wouldn't do it. I mean, we were like, but we're paying you to be in this usability test. And it's just like, I'm not doing it. You can keep your money. I will not. It's not worth it to me. And they kept saying things like, let me try it first. Try it out first. And then if it's cool, then I'll invite one of my friends. And we were like, oh, OK. We're from the video game industry, so we knew what that meant. That meant single player mode. So we built another version of the product, single player mode. Allowed you to, we can have another teenager come in, right, for usability test. Hey, download this instant messaging add-on. What the hell is that? Just do it. OK, customize your avatar. Oh, that's cool. OK, try it by yourself. And they could check out the avatar, dress it up, do the moves, the whole thing, learn how to use the chat bubbles. And then we're like, OK, now invite one of your friends, teenager. No way. Why not? This thing is lame. And we're like, but we told you it was going to be so lame. I mean, we're supposed to be listening to customers, but they don't know what the hell they want. They told us to build this thing, and we're like, it'll be so cool once you invite one of your friends. And it's just like, listen, old man, I'm not doing it. And we were really devastated. OK, so anyway, long story short, this was a total deal breaker. This strategy is completely flawed in every respect because it's based on empirically incorrect facts. So here's what we learned specifically. We learned the hard way that customers did not want to use our product to connect with their existing friends. They wanted to use it to make new friends. That doesn't seem like a very big deal. I mean, it's only a very modest change in semantics, but from a code and product point of view, that is a radically different product. It required a very different experience. And we didn't throw out every line of code, but we had to throw out a lot. The pivot was quite dramatic. And I made myself feel better with this whole learning story until I asked myself the following question. I mean, literally, I was up nights once I had this question asked to me, which was, wait a minute. If my goal the last 6 months was to learn this important thing about customers, why did it take 6 months? How come the word learning is only coming up now after we failed and we need an excuse? We never used the word learning, not one time during those 6 months. All we ever did was argue about features and bugs. What if we had just created a single web page and in 3 hours created a photo mock-up of what the product was going to look like and said, hey, download this amazing 3D avatar instant messaging add-on, and had a big download button? Would we even have had to create the second page where we admit that we didn't build the product, or would a 404 have been adequate? Come on, it's the 404, obviously, because nobody would download the product. It was a deal breaker. Nobody wanted it. That meant that we didn't even need page 2. We need a system for rigorously assessing, are we actually learning how to build a sustainable business? And everything else is a complete and total waste of time, including our precious code.